TCIG Spaces highlights April 2025 Part 1.
Bitcoin and Ethereum, the Juggernauts. It's our first of the extended series to crypto coin cases. So it's definitely something you may want to check out. It's compiled basically all the information we've been covering for the last few months and try to get into a blog that's not too boring to people, but to try to get these concepts across people who are on the fence or even people who are already in the space, just to open viewpoints up of, if there's maxis out there who don't want to hear other things. And it's reasonable. Like, I totally understand it. People understand it. Like, once you get in this space, you understand why the Bitcoin maxis are the way they are. Although we are Ethereum focused, there's no reason why we should be hating against each other. I really think it's a waste of time. It's not going away. This is a forever up train, so we'll be here a while. So if it's next year, it will still be here. If it's 10 years from now, it's going to still be here. So I think we could stop wasting our time being against each other, because if we work together, it might help the people on the outside look in and be like, well, they're actually getting along now, acknowledging each other, that they both have great use cases in the world and we need them both. We're all going to make it to the chain one way or the other. So either that's going to be your own blockchain or your own L2 or your own token or something to interact with the chain. Two other pieces of most recent content have been our TCIG timeline. It just goes through the timeline of TCIG, just a little bit of a breakdown for people to understand where we came from, what we're doing now, and where we're going. Our TCIG diagram is just a simplified version of basically the website itself, but just breaks down how you can reach us, contacting, what we're all about with our vision, mission, company values, company history, and of course our future initiatives, and then a breakdown of our current team. We have a pretty big team, and it's just growing daily. Definitely people to add, and partnerships and collaborations to add to the site. But as far as the face of the site so far, this is what our team is made up of, and then we have our services. It's a very simplified version, but it helps you visualize what we're all about so far. 2019, TCIG was founded in tandem with the creation of BU-REIC, which is Bloomsburg University Real Estate Investment Club. The first duplex was acquired, housing students. A triplex was acquired. Then there was many years of reevaluating the real estate landscape and where tokenization is headed with basically everything, not just real estate. And then the strategy was the focus of launching TCIG, which what it is now. Digital Asset Self-Custody Education. I was focused not only on TCIG, but I helped two other startups expand, Magnify Home, which is similar to Proppy, and Zero Cheating was with AI and education. So I definitely learned a lot being with the two of them, and it's obviously helped me get to our launch July 31st of last year. Launched with 7 board members and 5 partnerships. The last few months to the last year has been the creation of our brand identity and just building a presence and helping people understand what we're all about. And we've been doing a ton of network building. A few of our team members have been going to conferences, and we plan to increase our presence at conferences coming up. It's definitely a priority on our list. Now we are curating key industry relationships and building a reputation in the space. It has been a very uphill battle. Help people grow, help us grow. The next year is filled with driving this mission forward with our complete strategy that we have nailed down for retail, and we are building out business/enterprise solutions. I think that is our largest barrier as an industry, is just people are just not comfortable. There's just a lot of hate out there, and I mean, not only against each other, but versus the rest of the world. So, just trying to get a better message across. Messaging is very important, and if we just lighten up a little bit, I know that a lot of the stuff that we post is pretty deep, and it'll probably be that way, but the things that we go, for lack of a better word, deep on are important values and initiatives to us. So we understand if some of those things come across as a little extreme, but in the beginning of March, I did try to warn people that we are realists, and especially myself. I am quite a realist about what's going on out there in the world. I'm pretty informed. Spent a lot of years just understanding politics, what economics is now going to be, mathematics and physics and energies and the future, basically. Bitcoin processed 5.5 trillion worth of transactions in Q1. It's like absolutely insane for anyone to think that this is going away. It's not going away, and it's just increasing. It's not the most ever. Q4 of 2024 was 5.7 trillion, but you can also obviously see the uptrend, and that will not stop. Dante Cook from Simply Bitcoin, he came out with some of the most viewed slides about Bitcoin. It's on our LinkedIn. It's probably the longest post that we have on there. I try to break down a lot of the different slides to read over, but there's 12 specific slides that are very spot on to understand some more about what's going on. but he has an extended slideshow of about 60 slides that you can check out. Dante Cook. ENS, for anyone who doesn't know what ENS is, it's the Ethereum name service. And it's basically a decentralized smart contract domain service. So just like GoDaddy or any of the other name services that are out there, when you create a website, basically becomes like a marketplace because you could buy and sell them. This is the decentralized version that uses smart contracts. It could also act as an address, it's like a wallet address. And I just want to mention that before we launched, we did create an ENS. It's tcinvestmentgroup.eth. So we've been minted for a long time. Revolut. They are an all-in-one finance app. They're out of the UK, but they are in 38 different markets. They have over 10 million users in the UK and over 50 million worldwide. They do crypto, stocks, commodities, basically everything you would need for investing or using it as a bank, because I think a lot of people get mixed up with just like the standard that we know of traditional banks, that we don't need them, and hopefully sooner than later the physical banks will be gone because we don't need them. Everything is going decentralized, running in the background 24/7, 365, all services that you would need. I think people just need to start realizing that the new way is all this is being done with simply just an app. There's so many out there already. I mean, literally X. Wait until you see what is changing with X. Like X will be, I've watched a lot of different interviews with Elon and X, and whatever your views are, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen whether you like it or not, just like all of this. But X, he's saying if it goes correctly or to plan, X will be basically half of all of the global financial system will go through X. I mean, you could already get tipped on X, but it'll be an actual payment system that you can pay people through X. Telegram, same thing. You could pay people through Telegram, and I think people just get mixed up thinking that like how is that possible? I mean, all these services and apps can act as a bank, and they all run off of decentralized servers, so they're all tapping into the same thing. And that is the thing about a global standard, is that you don't have this ledger that just sits at a centralized location that no one else knows about. Literally anyone can tap into the system, and these companies tap into the system that is already created, number one, but is expanding every single day of our lives, number two, and is a global system. For anyone who has traveled, I traveled to a few different countries, and just exchanging currency is an absolute headache. And it's wasteful. Like, think about the resources just to get physical currency to all these different places. That physical currency needs to be there when you get there. And just the fact that that's even a thing is wild to me, that it's still going on. And so when I did travel to these countries, it's a headache to have to swap your dollars for whatever currencies are there to be able to buy something. And now it is like completely different. You travel with your cell phone, you travel to a place and be like, oh, which token do you accept? And all you would have to do is swap from your stablecoin, from your Bitcoin, from your Ethereum, from literally any coin to the token that they accept. And then it's all digital anyway. So like you just make the digital transaction. And I've seen this going this way for a very long time, of like, why do we have these physical currencies anymore? I'm working on a pretty decent post here for just to get people to understand what the route is for physical currency to even get to these places. And you think of the traveling, these trucks or planes, trains, whatever kind of transportation you need to get the wasteful physical currency to these places, and then back, need to go back to the reserve and be taken out of circulation, which obviously doesn't always happen. The physical currency is stashed all over the world. And I think people need to disconnect their mind between the dollar and what we know what is money, because the physical dollar is, one, wasteful, but two, is not needed. Quickly headed towards a world that is completely digital tokenization, and you will be able to trade any amount of possessions or assets across any rails across the globe in a matter of milliseconds. I mean, the Lightning Network is already working at 1 millisecond for transactions. And really the movement of money is just a list of transactions. When you wrap your head around a lot of this stuff, it is pretty silly to think that we still use a physical piece of money, because really money is just a transaction of a number from one account to the next. So it should be digital. It should have been digital. It should have never been physical. But obviously there needed to be a stepping stone to where we are today. It's just to get it to end. Very shortly, hopefully, we will see the end of physical currency everywhere, all around the world.
Hop on the train and get on chain. Let's cut out all the noise and build together.